How much does it cost to study in Russia? What's the fee structure? This is the most frequently asked questions we receive from our applicants. Hey, welcome back to gt.education, your guide to study in Russia. Today's topic is so huge that it's impossible to fully cover it in one video. Therefore, we decided to divide this topic into several parts. We want to devote the first part to mandatory expenses during your studies in Russia. Your education in Russia is absolutely impossible without these fees. Tuition fee make up the largest part of the cost of studying. The cost depends on many factors. Location of the university. The cost of studying in Moscow and St. Petersburg is much more expensive than in other Russian cities. This is primarily due to the high cost of living in the capital. For example, the tuition fee for the MBBS program at Sechenov University in Moscow is $9,500. On the other hand, you can study at Omsk State Medical University 3 times cheaper, for only 208,000 rubles. The quality of education. It is normal that the best universities have higher tuition fees than others. The best teachers work there and they have better facilities. That's why, for instance, at Kazan Federal University, the most popular university among international students in Russia, the tuition fee for MBBS is 468,000 rubles, while at Kemerov State Medical University you can study 2 times cheaper for 235 rubles. Third, the course itself. The more popular the education program among applicants, the more expensive it will be. It is a well-known fact that medical programs are the most expensive. At the same time, you can study agriculture for $2,000 only. 4. The language of instruction. Programs in English cost up to 50% more than programs in Russian. As you know, English is not an official language in Russia. Thus, such programs require teachers who are proficient in professional English, which again makes its cost more expensive. If you want to pay less, you may join a foundation course to learn Russian at university. After that, you will be able to study in Russian. Now let's talk about the most important things you should know about tuition fees. First, let's define how you need to pay. All universities set tuition fees for a year, but you can always pay by semesters. If you are offered to pay the entire course in advance at a lower cost, this is nothing more than a scam. It means that your agent put hidden charges in the fee structures before. If you don't want to be deceived, subscribe to our Telegram channel at the link below. There we will reveal the real fees of Russian universities. Also remember that the vast majority of universities set tuition fees in rubles, so you will definitely pay in rubles. Of course, for your convenience, you can be told the cost in dollars or another currency, but this is nothing more than a guide for you. Be sure to ask your agent for an order from the university to establish the cost of tuition. Finally, keep in mind that university has the right to raise tuition fees every year, but no more than the level of official inflation in the country. Usually it is somewhere around 5–7%. Accommodation, the second largest part of expenses. Many universities offer accommodation in their hostels. This is the best option for freshmen. You will find yourself in a friendly student community. Hostel staff and seniors will always come to your aid. In addition, the cost of living in university dormitory is very affordable. This may vary in different cities, but the average cost is only 1,000 rubles a month. This price usually includes accommodation itself, utilities, bed linen, use of the kitchen and washing machine. For a fee, you can connect and use Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, not all universities can provide free places in the hostel. Therefore, sometimes students have to live in private hostels. Here, the cost of living is much higher. It can reach 6,000 rubles a month. Finally, the most expensive and comfortable option is to rent an apartment. Prices vary greatly depending on the city. It is also important where the apartment is located, in the city center or on the outskirts. But in any case, it will cost at least 10 15 times higher than living in a hostel. The way out of the situation may be to rent a 2 or 3 room apartment with a friend, so you can pay less. Visa extension. Your entry visa will only be valid for 90 days. Therefore, after your arrival, you must renew your visa for a year, 45 days before its expiration. You will need to undergo this procedure annually. The most important thing you should know here is that you only need to pay a state fee of 1,600 rubles. I know only a few universities in Russia that charge some kind of visa fee. For example, at the Far Eastern Federal University, you will be charged a visa fee of 500 rubles. Health insurance. A health insurance policy is one of the required documents that confirms a foreign citizen's right to stay in Russia. All international students are required to purchase it. A health insurance policy must be valid throughout the entire period of your stay in Russia. The cost of the policy varies from 5 to 10,000 rubles a year. You can have only emergency medical services free of charge. For any other medical assistance, you should have a health insurance policy. It is better to do it in advance to exclude any risks after arriving in Russia. Medical checkup. All international students must undergo medical examination, fingerprinting and photographing within 90 days from the date of arrival in Russia. Medical examination should be undergone before the fingerprinting only at the authorized medical organizations. The service charge is 5-7 rubles. The medical examination includes screening for toxins and psychotropic substances, testing for presence or absence of infectious diseases posing threat to the people around, including COVID-19 testing and HIV infections. Fingerprinting procedure and photography shall be taken after the medical examination at the special authorized regional offices or immigration services. It may cost 500-1,000 rubles. Now you are familiar with the main costs of studying in Russia. In the following videos we will analyze how much it will cost you to enter Russian universities, as well as the living expenses in Russia. Stay tuned with GT Education. Take care of yourself.